Right here I'm talking with Huw Millington, founder and mastermind behind Brickset.com.
Yes.
So good to see you again.
Thank you. Yes, good to see you again. Last year, wasn't it, we first met? Yes. So,
and now it's the second year in a row we've met here again.
yeah, we have, yes. Yeah.
And last year you told me there's no mock of yours. And this year we just walk around and we found something of Huw Millington.
Absolutely, yes. Something I could fit in my hand luggage I bought this time. So a small model that might become part of a larger train layout when I get a chance to build it. So the inspiration behind it was really the Fun in the Park set that came out earlier in the year. I wanted an area to put all the minifigures on, so most of the characters that you get in that set you'll find on there, the mother and the baby and the wheelchair and the hot dog seller and the lady mowing the lawn and the painter over there. So I just sort of built around those particular characters.
I was looking for the guy with the Classic Space t-shirt. Where is he?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not sure where he is. Oh, there he is.
Okay, in the front.
He's in the goal, yes.
And how did you manage to have these different angles? You know what I mean?
I do, yes. I didn't want to build it on the grid, as it were, because that all gets a bit boring, doesn't it? So I thought I'd have a diagonal paths, which is the norm really on city parks, because of course you want to get from one corner to the other rather than straight along the pavement, so they tend to have that sort of grid arrangement, and just a case really of seeing what worked, and as it happens it all sort of fits in quite nicely, and there's not too many gaps in there once you've got all the pieces lined up.
I remember last year we talked about trees and the different way all the mockers around the world did those. So you
remember?
Yeah, of course, and you did it this way. Why? This looks pretty cool.
There's several different designs of tree there. That this one uses, I think they're the pieces that we used to get in the palm trees, you remember? And I think that uses a new piece that's a 2x2 round plate with 4 lugs on the side, so that was a different design as well. And those ones there, I've not seen anyone else build their trees like that, so that was something I was quite happy with, just using plant stems on Dalek bricks, as we call them, to give something that looks a bit like a tree. So.
And you've also add something to the little playground for the kids.
Yes.
So this is part of the set.
Wasn't it? That's right. So I thought that's not really a playground, is it? It needs something else. So they've got a nice little swing there and climbing frame. So
one thing is funny. I built my own little playground last year for our exhibition, and I didn't know how to figure out what's the word for Schaukel in German. You know, you sit there and swing.
Swings, yes.
It's called swing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is missing here, so my daughter liked to swing. So where's the swing?
They are quite difficult to build, aren't they? You've got to somehow get the angle and the crossbar, haven't you, all in a compact shape, and I haven't managed to do that yet. Okay. And there's not room really on there for it, so I wanted to have something different in each quadrant, so that's why we've got picnic and pond and random stuff over there and a playground there. So.
You see, I just like to motivate you that you enlarge your playground here. And this is very great. The water, you just use those flat tiles and transparent.
Yes, with some different colour plates underneath, that's right. That gives it a nice sort of depth to it, doesn't it? In the middle there, it looks deeper in the middle than round the edge. That was the plan there. So.
And you promise us right now, this is just the beginning of your new, bigger city mock.
I hope that's the case, yes. I can foresee it with nice houses all around it, a bit of a road and pavement and what have you, so maybe next year I'll come with a bit more. So.
And we have a good tradition, like every year, we will talk about your favorite mock. So this is a really great mock, fun in the park, a nice scene, I like it. And now we talk about your favorite mock of any other mocker around here in this exhibition halls.
Okay, well, let's go then.
So we walked through the halls and now we found your favorite mock. It's built by Bart Michielsen from Belgium, I think. So what do you think when you first saw this?
Let me say there is a very high standard of model here this year, and it was difficult to choose. I could have chosen one over there that's Lord of the Rings, that is fantastic. But what drew me to this really was this side of it on the left here, which I felt looked really lovely and organic. It's quite difficult, isn't it, to make rock structures and waterfalls and nice looking scenery, as it were. It's something I do on my train layouts, but he's done a really good job here. It looks really organic, doesn't it? It certainly looks as if that's a waterfall tumbling down through the rocks there, and it looks really lovely. The rest of the model's not too bad either, is it? Some sort of ritual going on there with cowboys, or Indians I should say rather, and some nice trees as well. So it's overall, yeah, it's a lovely model.
I think with because I think this is a very clean layout and there's a lot of going on. You know what I mean with clean, that it's very, yes. And what I like here, that we have also lights.
Right, okay, yes, yeah. Yes, some nice sort of birds here, aren't they? I think I've seen that eagle before with its hairpiece being used for its head and wings, whatever, and some little skunk down there in the...
And do you know how long this guy is laying there?
I wouldn't like to guess. He doesn't look too well, does he?
No. No. And again we have the trees, which are
yes,
very fine builds.
they are. Perhaps some of them are a bit too uniform, aren't they? But others, that one at the back there, that's very nice, isn't it? Which is some sort of fir tree by the looks of it. That's a particularly nice example, isn't it? And yes, silver birch, perhaps that one on the corner of the rock there. Yes, nice finish on the water as well. So yeah, overall a very nice, pleasing model, isn't it? And with the lights there flickering away in the fire, adds to it as well.
Very nice style. And you're the set expert. I mean, there is nearly every set on earth on Brickset.com. So tell us about it. This has been around, or is it?
Yes, it has. Yes, they came from the Western series sets that were out. When was it? 1996, 97. So they're quite old now, aren't they? There was a series of cowboys and a series of Indians. I don't think they ever appeared in the same sets, but these have come from the Indian sets. There was a village and various other, I probably shouldn't say Native Americans is the right term, isn't it, of course. So yeah, various Native American sets with different scenes. So yes, they've come from that.
So again, I'm here totally agree. This is a very fine MOC, and we're looking forward to the next fan weekend. So last question to you: you've been here the second time, like me too. So we're gonna have the same Skaerbaek story and experience. What do you think is different this year? I have the opinion that there are more little MOCs, which are great with many details, and not the big ones.
That's right. There isn't so many collaborative builds. Last year we had the big Swedish thing, didn't we? Which isn't here this year. And I think you're right. Yes, there's a lot more smaller builds. As you say, not really to its detriment, is it? Because there's a lot of very nice models. And maybe next year I'll bring something bigger. Perhaps I'll come on the ferry next time.
Yes. You have listened to it. Huw Millington will bring his big city layout next year to Denmark. You've always a pleasure to see you around. Take care.
Thank you.
And you know Brickset.com. I was standing here with you from Brickset a few hours ago, and now the marker is right here. Bart built this. So tell us a little bit about your MOC.
Well, actually, I was thinking of making a MOC without a building. So every MOC you see, there's always some kind of a building on it. So I like to make something with only nature and without a building. So I end up with Indians, with Native Americans, and that's all started with. And then I start, what can I do with it? What is the impact of building without a building? That's the input of it.
Wonderful landscape, and the tent is not a building, right?
No, indeed. It's so simple as that.
A great MOC. Thank you so much for showing us.
Okay, no problem. Enjoy the show.
Brick on.
Okay.
Thank you.